And neighbors are looking for answers after a New Orleans police officer opened fire in the Lower Garden District last night, killing a puppy. It happened in the 1400 block of Felicity Street around 9:30. The dog's owners told our partners at the Times-Picayune New Orleans Advocate that they had gotten into an argument when they heard their front gate open and heard three gunshots. The puppy, Apollo, was recently featured as part of a video to help raise money for the rescue group that got him adopted. Apollo's foster parent through Trampled Rose Rescue told us Apollo was a sweet puppy and he can't understand what would have prompted a police officer to shoot the dog. New Orleans police have not released more details.